Hello all, welcome to Beginners Biology. In this video, let's discuss about plasmids. So let's learn what are plasmids and nomenclature of plasmids along with types and characteristics of plasmids. And at last we'll see what is the use of plasmid in cloning. Plasmids are extrachromosomal double-stranded circular self-replicating DNA molecules. Plasmids naturally exist in bacterial cells and they also occur in some eukaryotes. The genes that are carried by plasmid provide bacteria with genetic advantages like antibiotic resistance. The size of plasmid varies from 1 to 500 kb. Usually the plasmid contribute to about 0.5% to 5% of total DNA in bacteria. Some bacteria contain linear plasmid, for example, Streptomyces species. The image on the right side depicts the bacterial chromosomal DNA along with plasmid. Usually, plasmids are transmitted from one bacterium to another or even to other species, mostly through physical contact. This process is known as conjugation. It involves the formation of sex pilus for the transfer of plasmid from donor to recipient cells. Now let's see how plasmids are named. It is a common practice to designate plasmid by the lowercase letter p, followed by the first letter of the researcher's name and the numerical number given by the workers. For example, PBR322 is a plasmid discovered by Bolivar and Rodriguez, who designated it as 322. Some plasmids are given name of the places where they have discovered. Example, PUC plasmid from the University of California. Coming to how plasmids are grouped. Plasmids are grouped based on the copy number and genes for transfer. Based on copy number, they are named as stringent plasmid and relaxed plasmid. The image on the right shows the relaxed plasmid and stringent plasmid in a bacterial cell. Stringent plasmids are present in a limited number, that is 1 to 2 copies per cell, while relaxed plasmid occur in a large number in each cell. Based on the gene transfer, they are classified into conjugative and non-conjugative plasmids. The conjugative plasmids are the plasmids. They carry a set of transfer genes, the genes that facilitate the bacterial conjugation. And the non-conjugative plasmids, they do not possess any such genes that facilitate bacterial conjugation. Along with this, F plasmids and R plasmids are another group of plasmids. The F plasmids possess genes for their own transfer from one cell to another cell, while R plasmids carry genes resistant to antibiotics. Now let's see the characteristics of plasmid. Plasmids, in order to replicate independently within a cell, they must possess a stretch of DNA that can act as an origin of replication, shortly known as ORI. The self-replicating unit, in this case, the plasmid, is also called as a replicon. Plasmids always carry genes that are beneficial for the host cell. The naturally occurring plasmids vary greatly in size. Plasmids may be present in an individual cell in varying number, ranging from 1 to several hundreds. The normal number of copies of plasmid that may be found in a single cell is called plasmid copy number. Now let's see the use of plasmids as vectors for cloning. Plasmids are the most commonly used bacterial cloning vectors. These cloning vectors contain site that allows DNA fragment to be inserted, and this site is known as multiple cloning site or restriction site, to which DNA fragments may be ligated. After the gene of interest is inserted, the plasmids are introduced into bacteria by a process called as transformation. For knowing the successful transformation, these plasmids contain the selectable markers by which we can know if the transformation took place or not. For example, in PBR322, the selectable markers are ampicillin and tetracycline genes. PBR322 of E. coli is the most popular and widely used plasmid vector and is appropriately regarded as the parent or grandparent of several other vectors. It has the base pairs of 4361 and carries sites for restriction endonucleases such as EcoR1, HINT3, BAMH1, etc. Thank you for watching the video. Kindly comment in the comment section and tell me which biology topic you want me to go over with. If you like the video, hit the like button and share it. For more content from Beginners Biology, turn the notification symbol on. Thank you.